But clearly it's still raining. I've just done the other video. So. It hasn't stopped raining yet. No. Pain in the arse, isn't it? Could have stopped. And at times, what? It's been about 5 seconds ago. Aye. That was a good one. I enjoyed. That was a lovely one to do. Beautiful. Beautiful. But this one is just as beautiful, but it's not going to come across necessarily as just as beautiful. But it really, really is. It was on my mind today about church, and I've spoken about this very thing before, and I will speak about it again. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a pastor in any way, shape or form. Doesn't mean I don't love the church. No, it means I love the church. I do love the church. I love the people in the church and my brothers and sisters. Yeah. But we have that situation I mentioned before where the lack of honour, adoration and reverence is glaring. Absolutely glaring. And to a certain degree I find it offensive. But I don't find it offensive because of the fact it's there. I find it offensive because, guarantee, if you speak to people about it, they'll be full of excuses as to why it's there. And that's just utter rubbish. Really utter rubbish. Like when people come late to church, the common excuse is, but we've got kids, we've got to get kids ready, and yeah, they play up. I'll ask you one question if you've got kids. When something matters to you, when it really matters, do you get there on time? With your kids, with your family, do you get there on time when it matters? The answer is yes, you do. You do. You don't get there on time at church because it doesn't matter enough. It matters, but it doesn't matter enough. That's the reality. Yeah, if that's where you are, then that's where you are. Okay? That's the reality. If you're in a situation where with your children, that even when it really matters, you can't get someone on time because of your children, then you really do need help. You need to go for ministry. You need God to help you and guide you. Your children need to go for ministry. There seems to be something highly demonic going on there. You need help with that. You need some sort of deliverance ministry. But the problem is, most occasions, it's not that, is it? Your children aren't, filled with demons and, an absolute nightmare to deal with. They're just children. They're just being what children do, Yeah. They just get distracted by things all the time because that's what children do. They get distracted. Like we do, because we are children of God, yes? Yeah. But then you get past the point of getting people actually to come into church. What do when they get in church? They catch up with people. And it's like, for goodness sake, do you not realise? You've got phones, you've got blinking computers, you can Skype with people, you can Zoom with people, you can bloody well phone people, you can text with people, you can go around and see people. You can even go to a bar now with people. But you wait till Sunday morning, right when you're supposed to be meeting with the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and you decide now is the time to catch up. It isn't. Now is the time to focus on the Lord. Now is the time to get your heart ready to meet with the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. If you're serious about your relationship with God. See? I want to see these people thrive. I want to see them fly like a bloody eagle. I don't want to see them chained to the floor. But part of the reason why they're chained to the floor is them. That's the main reason. Them. The things they're doing are keeping them chained to the floor. If God put me in charge of a church, the doors would be closed at 10 o'clock. If you're not in, you're not coming in. I'll have a speaker system outside so that anyone turn up late can still, hear what's being said. But once the doors are closed, you're not coming in. Anyone who I see gossiping or talking before the service and not preparing right with God, I would have a little chat with them afterwards or during the week and say, look, you've got to do that. If you are a child of God and you're coming to meet with Father, you've got to prepare your heart for that. If you're not prepared to prepare your heart for that, then you've got to at least stop, other people from doing that. Talk afterwards. If you have to talk in church time, talk afterwards. But during that time that's supposed to be preparation, that is not the time to catch up. That's the time to get your mind in the right space, to worship, to receive from God. If we're going to thrive, if we're going to move forward with God, if we're going to build relationship, then certainly when we come together, at any point in time, when we come together, it has to be about God. It's not about you. It's not about you telling people your exciting news. I'm sorry, your exciting news is nowhere near as exciting as meeting with Father. Okay? It shouldn't be, should it? Really? We've got all these avenues available where we can talk to people during the week, where we can catch up. If catching up is so important, if sharing our news is so important, we've got all these other things available to help us to do that, and yet we wait until we're face to face in preparation time, or what should be preparation time, and we say, oh, did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? Oh, you never guess what happened in my life. No. It does not belong there. That is not the time to be... It isn't, okay? It just drives me mad that when you see the church the way it is, there are reasons behind it. There are things we're not doing, and there are things that we're doing that we shouldn't be doing. And there are things that are so bloody simple that we can just correct. And correcting those things is going to make such a difference to our relationships with God and to our church. But it's insane. Oh. Yeah. I think enough is said with regards to that one. But that's what I say, I'm not a pastor. To me, I don't care whether people like me, I don't care whether people trust me. Look, my job is to get you to have a relationship with God. My job is to get you to trust God. My job is to get you to obey God. Not me, God. If you're not doing that, then you say, oh, but we don't like you. I'm sorry, I don't care whether you like me. Do you like God? I'm here, I've got a job to do. So therefore, I'm just doing my blinking job. This is my job. My job is not to get you to like me. My job is to get you to build your relationship with God. My job is to get you to love God, not me. Now, okay, if people love me, then or grow to love me and respect what I'm doing, that's helpful because they're more likely to take notice. But generally speaking, that's not the be all and end all, is it really? As I say, I'm not a pastor, because a pastor very much would be thinking about that fact. Yeah, I've got to get people to trust me, I've got to get people to love me so that they will take notice of me, so that they will, No. I've got to get them to focus on God. I've got to get them to love God. I've got to get them to see higher. Don't look to me. Don't. If I say something, don't just do it. Go to God. See, God, is what this person is saying true? If it is, then okay, help me to do that. Don't just take my word for it, whether you like me or not. I'm human, I'm going to make mistakes. What was the video last night talking about? And the My Angel Part 3, the beginning, was talking about the fact that I could have got the person wrong. That's a mistake that I could have made. I'm fully aware that I make mistakes. You need to be aware of that. You need to be aware that you don't follow anything I say. You don't follow anything anyone else says. You go to God. You check with God. Is this what you want, Lord? Is this what you're saying to me? Were you speaking through this person? Was this person speaking out of their backside, basically? You know? Because the point of it is, if God isn't speaking through me, it's me speaking, I might as well just be speaking through my backside. Right? Yeah? But you can't trust that. So, no, I'm not looking for you to trust me. Yeah. Hopefully, in time, I will be a vessel for God where people can trust it. Generally speaking, not every time, generally speaking, that when I say something, I'm allowing God to use me and speak through me. Right? That's the aim. Is it where I am right now? No, but that's the aim. So people can trust that, hopefully in the future, but they'll be trusting God, that God has basically moulded me so that he can do that, right? That's God who's doing it, not me. So again, my focus has to be then, you look to God, you don't look to me. What does it say on my description? Of every single video, it says in my description, you need to see his face. If what's coming across is God, then you go to him. You thank him. You don't thank me, you thank him. If what I've said is wrong, then again, you still need to see his face. You don't need to see mine. You don't need to be talking to me about it. Go and talk to God about it. If what I said is wrong, go pray for me. Pray that God will help me to see that and correct that. Yes, it's about relationship, and of course, do I want relationship with these people? Yes, but most importantly is I direct you to him. That has to be the most important thing. I direct you to him. And when people are apathetic, I'm not sure if apathetic is a word, it might be, basically not really taking it seriously enough, then a kick up the arse may be necessary. And certainly I'm not concerned about doing that. I'm quite happy to do that. Well, like I've said before, God put collies in my life because I'm more like a collie than anything else. If God tells me to lead the sheep and the sheep isn't going, I'm going to bite their ass. Not physically, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to be afraid to do that. And I tell you, until we can get that honour, adoration and reverence back in the church, there's some asses that are going to have to be kicked and bit, and they're going to have to be shoved and pushed, and all that. Some people are going to have to leave the church. That's the reality. There are some people who are problematic. They will have to leave the church. For the church to move forward, some people will have to leave the church. That's the reality. And I'm not talking about any particular church for that. I'm talking generally speaking, that's going to be the case. And that's okay. Because if that person is saved, then it's up to God to lead them to a church that's going to help them. To lead them to a church where suddenly they're going to realise. Like a couple of Saturdays ago, I went to LL Place. I saw that Matthew 22, and it just hit me. After all those times when I've read it, all those times that I've heard it on the audio Bible, it didn't impact, but it did then. I was ready then. Now maybe someone has to leave your church in order to be in a position where they can receive. So don't worry about it. Trust God in that situation. It all is about God. It's all about trusting God and developing a relationship with Him, letting Him lead. And you trust the people of your church to God. You trust the direction of leadership to God. That'll do with this one. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.